What if I told you that ancient Egyptians had a way to test for pregnancy over 3,000 years ago, and it actually worked? Long before modern medicine, they used a simple yet effective method with everyday items. How did they manage to predict pregnancy accurately? Stay tuned to learn about this incredible ancient technique and the surprising way it was done. You won't believe how advanced their understanding was for their time. Don't miss out on discovering how the ancient Egyptians' cleverness and observation skills led to a method that still fascinates us today. The wheat and barley test. The ancient Egyptians had a unique way to test for pregnancy using wheat and barley seeds. Here's how it worked. A woman would urinate on a mixture of wheat and barley seeds over several days. If the seeds started to sprout, it was believed that she was pregnant. They even thought the type of seed that sprouted could predict the baby's gender. Wheat meant a girl, and barley meant a boy. This method might sound strange, but it showed the Egyptians' cleverness in using what they had around them. They noticed that something in a pregnant woman's urine made the seeds grow, even though they didn't know about hormones. This simple test was an early example of using natural processes to understand the human body. Surprisingly accurate, modern scientists were curious about the ancient Egyptian pregnancy test and decided to test it in the 20th century. They discovered that the wheat and barley test was about 70% accurate. This means that 7 out of 10 times, the seeds would sprout if the woman was pregnant. The reason this worked is because a pregnant woman's urine contains hormones that can encourage plant growth. These hormones, like estrogen, help the seeds sprout. It's amazing to think that the ancient Egyptians, without modern technology, found a way to detect pregnancy that was pretty reliable. Their method showed how observant and resourceful they were, using simple materials to understand something as complex as pregnancy. Recorded in papyrus, the ancient Egyptians documented their knowledge in detailed texts known as papyri. One of the most famous is the Ebers Papyrus, which dates back to around 1550 BC. This ancient medical text contains a wealth of information on various health topics, including the wheat and barley pregnancy test. The Ebers Papyrus describes how to perform the test and interpret the results. This shows that the Egyptians not only practiced this method, but also valued sharing their knowledge for future generations. Writing it down helped preserve their discoveries and allowed others to learn and use these techniques. The fact that we can read about this test today highlights how advanced and thoughtful the ancient Egyptians were in recording and sharing their medical practices. Early understanding of hormones. Although the ancient Egyptians didn't know about hormones, they understood that something in a pregnant woman's urine could cause seeds to sprout. This shows their keen observation skills. Hormones like estrogen are present in higher levels in pregnant women, and these hormones can promote seed growth. The Egyptians noticed this effect and used it to create their pregnancy test. Their ability to link a natural bodily process to a practical test demonstrates their impressive understanding of the world around them. Even without modern science, they used careful observation and experimentation to gain insights into human health and reproduction. This early understanding paved the way for future scientific discoveries. Influence on future medicine. The ingenuity of the ancient Egyptians, like their pregnancy test, laid important groundwork for future medical advancements. Their use of natural materials and keen observations showed that simple experiments could yield significant insights. This approach influenced later civilizations and their medical practices. By documenting their findings in texts like the Ebers Papyrus, they ensured that their knowledge could be passed down and built upon. The wheat and barley test is just one example of their contributions to medicine. It highlights how early medical practices can evolve into more advanced methods. Thanks for watching. The ancient Egyptians' clever use of a simple pregnancy test shows just how advanced they were for their time. From using wheat and barley seeds to record their findings in papyrus, their ingenuity continues to amaze us. If you enjoyed learning about this fascinating piece of history, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more intriguing facts. Leave a comment about what you found most surprising, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. See you next time.